What are you doing?
I got an address. Can you tell? It's time for a tour, which means we'll be opening up all the cabinets and drawers to share with you how we've organized our small space, with a focus on giving you ideas for your RV. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like literally, I love it.
That's fantastic.
If you're new here, this isn't our first RV organization tour. For those looking for a tour of an Airstream Flying Cloud, we'll link that one down below. And if you have a fifth wheel, we've got you covered. Plus a 37-foot travel trailer bunkhouse. We even have a tour of our 1984 Wander Lodge that we call the Bird, and you can see her in person at the RV Hall of Fame Museum in Elkhart, Indiana. But before we dive in, the official start to summer is here. And that means we're making it a summer to remember. If you were on our email list, you were able to vote on this year's Summer to Remember design. And this is the winner. Summer to Remember is all about you. What you're doing, your adventure, your milestones, and who you meet along the way. We love tagging along with you on your trip and hope these t-shirts make the world just a little smaller when you're out in the wild. You can see all the styles and colors at keepyourdaydream.com/summer24. And ladies, I've picked some new designs just for us. And for the men, you've been asking for a classic tee with a front pocket. And there's a full zip Champion hoodie. You can also download and print your free Summer to Remember checklist to get everyone excited for what's about to come. Bonus! This year, we're raising money for Bikes for Kids. It's an organization that provides a bike for high-risk children in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. We are beyond grateful for your loyal support of our channel, and we hope to see you out there this summer. Okay, let's dive in.
Are you ready, Charlie? Are you ready for a tour?
I'm ready for a tour. Are you ready for a tour? Let's go.
Right.
We are standing in a 2020 30-foot Airstream, but this is not just going to be a tour of an Airstream. This is going to be how to organize your small space, because one of the things that Mark and I love is seeing how people live in a small space. How do you keep it organized? Where does everything go? I think that is the first rule, is if there are rules. There shouldn't be any rules, because if there were, I'm breaking them, okay? But if there is something, it's finding a place for everything. So that way you know where it goes and it's easy to clean up, because the fact is you're gonna make a mess and it's gonna happen really quickly. But if you know where it all goes, you can clean up just as fast.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of cleaning up.
Yes.
Looks pretty dang good in here. Yeah.
It doesn't normally look like this. It does look a little better now that it's just the two of us. But I would take a messy house to have kids in a house any day. Mm-hmm. But right now, this is a couple's rig, baby.
It is.
It is a queen bed in the back, front living, lots of space to spread out. And one of the things we truly enjoy is that you can sit here and stretch out your legs.
Yeah.
And you can even sit here, and I bought this so that we feel like we have like a little ottoman. Dun, 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 dun.
That's been so nice.
Yes, and then when you're working, you can kind of kick your legs out.
Mm-hmm.
Because this does not have any like recliners or anything like that.
What kind of does? You want to pull that out?
Oh, yeah. Okay, but I want to go over what you're going to get out of this tour. You're going to see all the nooks and crannies. We're going to open up all the doors and drawers and cabinets so that you can kind of understand. And one of my favorite gifts that Mark has ever given me, I'm easy to please.
Well, it might have been a little selfish.
Is a tape measure. So I'll just quickly give you a readout of certain things because you're like, well, how much space is that? Because I'm 5'2" and I make things look way bigger than they are.
Including me.
So anyway, okay, so we are going to share organization hacks. We're going to share like the heavy lifters, because there's some things in a rig and a small space that really do the job of a heavy lifter.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we're going to do, is we're going to put a number in the corner of the video. So if you like what you see, you can shop the link down below in the comments, because we get tons of emails. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? So we're helping you out. That's what you're going to find right here. So let's get started.
Okay.
Welcome to the kitchen. Hey, I told you I'd do a little readout for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you go.
Okay.
We're at about 70 inches. 70 inches, okay? And then this is 26 deep.
Okay.
That's a pretty good space.
Yeah.
So we've used it in a fun way where we're not using the stove. We have this on top, so it's a little decorative. It's kind of nice. We have this beautiful knife holder in the back, and I will leave a link for this down below. The only thing I don't like is that when it's on stainless steel, sometimes you can scratch it with the knives. Really don't like that.
Okay.
Absolutely one of my most favorite parts of the kitchen in this rig is being able to have what you need on hand, and you need these. I do. So I created these so that we can just quickly make yummy dinners.
Yeah.
But that way, right here, we have like easy spices. So when you're cooking, you're right here. So that leads me to, let's open up the kitchen. When you're cooking, it's really nice to have things at hand where you are, because in a small space there's not a lot of moving around. I have a friend, Tracy, and I said, hey, can I help you clean? We were inside of a small kitchen. She said, Trish, this is a one butt kitchen. So that's kind of what you have to keep in mind. Well, how much space do you have? You need to be staying in one spot. So when I have my oils, my salt and pepper, all of that is right up here, and then I have some additional spices up here, so that way I can just boop, 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 like that. And
didn't you do like a, did they call it a Lazy Susan?
Oh yes, I love this thing. Okay, so you can get these at Marshall's or Home Goods. Anyway, but that's a really great way to utilize that space back there. Yeah. And then putting things in categories, so you know not only where they go, but how to grab them quickly when you need them. So up here, everything is kind of in a category. We've got nuts and berries, because I make a lot of salads with nuts and berries. We have a little coffee station, and then we have all the grains, rice, and things like that right up here. Another fun thing, in an Airstream specifically, you kind of need containers that cut off in the back because everything is sloped down. You might not find that in other rigs. You might be able to put a perfect square back there. But in this situation, we get to have like magazine holders.
Oh, is that what that is, a magazine holder?
Yes. And I made the mistake, the first time I started doing these, I used ones that were made out of paper because they were less expensive and they were cuter. And I was like, oh, but no, because they will fall apart very quickly because you're manhandling them all the time. Yeah. So anyway, so right here is really more of the kitchen. It's kind of the pantry. We have the microwave. And then this I'm able to pull out, and I have what I need for not only plating dishes, but I have a little bit of salt. I have just skewers, and down here I have cups that you can easily grab. So this is, I think people could probably use this better as a pantry. I just had so many odds and ends that this worked for me.
Well, show everybody your pantry.
So this is part of my pantry. Let me take this little coffee. I measured, because in our last rig, our coffee maker was always on the floor when we traveled, and it kind of grossed me out a little because you can't get away from dog hair.
Well, and it eventually broke.
And it eventually broke. So, anyway, so I have it up here. I measured from here to here, and I found the smallest coffee maker I could find on Amazon.
And it was only $35.
Yeah, it was like $30-something, and it's small and compact.
It's kind of like a nice Mr. Coffee because it has a digital screen.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I can't really like stand behind it because we haven't used it for like a year or something, but I love how light and compact it is. Here I have some pantry items, and always remember, use your space. If you have height, then you can stack your plates vertically instead of horizontally. And this is where I put the cover to the kitchen sink as well.
So, last episode we had a little issue with the cabinet, and now we just keep oatmeal and other things that don't push against the door. Yes. But I'm going to be adding a little lip to prevent it from falling out, and then everyone who was in the boating community said that it's called a fiddle.
A fiddle. I think that's really neat. Yeah. But again, these, you remember that little song from Sesame Street? Which one of these things is doing its own thing? I remember. Okay. Try to keep everybody together. They're friends. Yeah. These guys all either make breakfast or make your shake. Yeah. So they're all kind of hanging out together. Yeah. That way when you're going, you kind of learn quickly like what works in an RV and what doesn't. Yeah. So, a shake works for Mark. So he has that up there, and we have the blender down here. Show everybody. It's my fave. Yes. You got to talk about this NutriBullet, Trish. It is, I think, 900 horsepower. So, and it comes with 2 containers on top and the 1 blender, and it's just fantastic. It's very strong. It works with our ice cubes that we make here. Sometimes blenders can be kind of finicky, or they're just not strong enough. That one works.
This thing's crazy strong.
Yeah, it works. So, okay, why don't we open up these drawers and I'll show you what's going on. Of course, we have the double sink, and when it comes to drying dishes, I've had so many different kinds of dish dryers, but my favorite one of all time was in our reflection. Yeah. And it sat inside the sink. But it doesn't work here quite as nicely because it sits out and it's just not great. So I have a OXO one. So I put it right here on the counter. But that just keeps our whole counter clean and there's nothing on it. It's really nice. So the other thing that I wanted to share with you is in here, they put a trash can. I don't know about you, but that's not even gonna get me through dinner.
How about that trash can?
I love that trash can. You were skeptical.
I was.
And I got this at Marshall's. And I thought the coolest thing was that it had a little wood thing, so it was kind of in disguise.
Well, that's what I was skeptical about. I'm like, I don't know if I want the trash can to serve as a table.
Yeah, but we don't really use it like that. But if somebody was sitting here, they could.
Well, and we put other things on there, but it's
really... your coffee mug.
Well, it's really worked out well.
Yeah, and it doesn't tip when we're driving.
It does not tip. We don't have to do anything. It's just been really nice. Not all breeds can have a full-size trash can like that. I mean, the Fibers can, the fifth wheels.
Yeah, we used to have a big, nice trash can in our
But anyhow, it's been really great. So nice job on that.
Thank you. Anyway, so I thought cleaning supplies, that's perfect. They're easy to reach, they're easy to get to. And because this kitchen is filled with drawers instead of cabinets. Whereas in our last Airstream and every other rig we've had, there was a cabinet under the kitchen sink. And so, but now we have drawers. So again, we're using that vertical space so that you can easily get to the bowls and the plates. And then I have these little trays, which are super great because they'll sit right on your lap. So you have to know your system, right? So if there's the sink comes down, so half of my drawer is unusable, but that is okay. I get myself a little plastic container and I say, I have this much space to go vertical. I'm using it. So there's that. And then we have this. Okay, down here, well, here's the realities of RV life. Even though we've cleaned, there's still coffee. Yeah. So, okay, so look, we have something that's deep and tall, but if you put everything in and just leave it, it all falls down. So using containers to divide spaces,
I love that.
This really contains everything back there. We can stack water bottles, we can stack these glasses, and then you have your second row. One of the things I really loved in our last rig when we had drawers for Caleb's closet is we had drawer dividers.
Yeah.
And those were fantastic. That way you could keep your shirts in one section and like your pants or your shorts in the second section, and you're still utilizing one drawer and it doesn't just become a mosh pit of clothes. Welcome to the bedroom. It is super cozy in here, super nice. You know I love command hooks. So there's a million command hooks everywhere, but they are all in the same like metal. Obviously it's silver for an Airstream. But putting things where you use them and tucking them away where you can find them quickly is so helpful. Heavy hitter here, rope baskets.
Oh yeah.
I've talked about them before. I want to talk about them again. They're so cool. So we'll put a link down below. I got these at Target. But the thing is, they don't have to be exact. You know, like I said, the Airstream, the pitch, they get squished down. You can put in whatever size you need. And remember, you can roll them down too. So you can get them kind of a little bit higher so that you get them a little bigger, but then roll them down. It's really good.
Yeah, yours are what, 13-inch ones?
Yeah, 13-inch ones.
And mine are 11, because I would rather kind of have them spill on the top and see what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous when we got this rig compared to our last one because we had a closet right here. And I was like, oh my goodness, you took my closet away. What am I gonna do? But it worked out just fine. Okay, let's talk about shoes. My favorite solution ever was in our reflection, and it was this long beige thing that you could tuck your shoes in. It didn't matter if they were Mark's shoes or mine, everything fit. It was awesome.
Canvas pockets.
Canvas pockets, but that does not fit here in the Airstream. So I have been hunting for a shoe discovery because pretty much I've just put them all in a basket and thrown them all in. So then I found this, and I'll show it to you right now, under the bed. So it's kind of nice, but I don't feel like it's I think it's great for a house. I think it takes up a lot of space in a rig. Ooh, I feel that breeze.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
So, so anyway, but it's high enough for Mark's shoes, and it's low enough for me to put a layer of shoes on top. And then for a house, it would be really great because it's covered, but you can still see in it. And then you could store it under, I don't think it would be under a bed, but you could store it in a closet and whatnot. Now, one of my favorite heavy hitters, obviously robe baskets, but the other one are these zipper bags. They're so awesome. This one I have my cycling socks in so I can easily get to them. But over here on the side of my bed, I have cards and stamps so that I can write in a little letter that Victoria wrote me so I can read that. But anyway, they are super great. 2 little separate pouches and like that. And I have all kinds of stationery in there. But I also have one for belts. I have one for socks. And they just go right there. Or you can hang them up.
Oh wow, these things are coming out from everywhere.
I know. Look, they just tuck in nice. And the other heavy hitter are these.
Oh wow.
They're see-through. They're really great. They're kind of like packing cubes, but I think that they're even maybe a little bit better than your typical packing cube because they have the pouch right here where you can see things, and then it's shallow enough but deep enough. So those are all my cycling jerseys, and then that way everything is exactly where I need it when I need to grab it.
And stuff we keep under the bed isn't like a everyday thing.
No, and so I have dirty laundry over here, and this all is, I'm just carrying it from one side of the country to the next.
It goes by. It's gonna get dropped off.
It's getting dropped off.
Same thing with all my cycling stuff.
Yeah, there's
all
your
under
cycling
here.
stuff.
All under there. And Trish let me have a couple.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, disregard everything that you see back here. This is our rear storage in the Airstream, and I have not yet organized because next week we do our upfitting.
Yay!
And with batteries and all that stuff, and then we'll do a proper exterior tour.
Hi. Okay, I want to talk about a major thing to think about when you're organizing a small space. Okay, one of the things I really like to think about is what is my lazy factor? The truth is you're never gonna put everything away and be super perfect because you're traveling, you're having a blast, you're going out hiking, you're coming back with dirty shoes, you're taking out hairspray, you're doing something really quick and then you just kind of lay it around. Well, how can we help those odds and ends still stay contained and not quickly become a mess and get out of hand? Because if you're in a small space, it gets messy quick. So I always like to think about the lazy factor. And for me, it's a place where I can just throw things. Of course, I have my jeans up here, and I have my clothes, which I'm clearly encroaching on Mark's space. Mine end like right about here. So, but this drawer down here is usually empty, and I just have it there so that I can throw whatever I need. There's some flip-flops, there's a sweatshirt. Like, I don't want to think about it. I just throw it in. And one of the ways I do that in the bathroom is this. I put a tray out and then it doesn't look this neat. But we can just kind of pile things on here and at least it stays contained. So factor in the lazy. Some people are like, my lazy doesn't look like that. My lazy doesn't look like that either. But for you right now today, the lazy looks a little neater. But factor in the lazy space. Put in a basket on your couch where you can just throw in a bunch of cords, or you can leave one basket empty in your closet. So when you take off your dirty clothes, or you're just switching clothes but they're not super dirty and you know you're gonna wear them again, you can throw them in somewhere. So factor in the lazy. Okay, let's go over this bathroom. So there's this super cool lip in the Globetrotter.
Yeah, I love it.
At first I was like, what am I gonna put up here? Because it's kind of tiny.
Yeah.
But brushes go back here and they're just hidden, and I have a little scented thing and it doesn't fall out or spill. And then I have these little clear, easy access. You just go right in, grab yourself a Q-tip. They're almost gone. I need to refill them. Here's the little floss. And you just like, boom, you get what you need. You're looking in the mirror, you get yourself done. Easy peasy. So the other thing that I really like is having these like paper towel tissues. They're bigger than a regular tissue. And we don't like just splurge and use them all the time, but like if I have makeup on my hands or I need to clean something up, because you're not running to the laundry all the time in your RV. So one of the things that's really nice is having these, because you just throw it away and you're not messing up your towels all the time. So I have those, and I have this cool little cover because, you know, like a cherry box is not in my theme. So you can get this with all different colors, and we'll put a link down below.
What's going on over here?
This came with the rig, this whole...
When you say that, you mean the previous owner
put it together.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Airstream's not decorating for you.
No, Airstream is not decorating for you. So, but I love it. It's so cute. So it is something to manage, though. Every time we leave, I'm like, okay, did you put this down? And then they put a mirror up here, which isn't very clean right now, but we're about to upgrade this with one of the circle ones that stick, because every time we move, we have to take this down and put it on the bed.
It's ridiculous. But that we will talk more about that circle mirror because it's one of our faves. This is a 24-inch mirror. We thought we could have gone 25.
No, because see how the wall starts bending?
Yeah.
Nothing sticks to it.
Okay, so you want it here? You want it close to that?
Awesome.
This is the same 3M tape that I used to finally fix the belting that's been coming off. You'll see that hopefully next episode. But this stuff is just coming fantastic.
That is so satisfying.
Wow, look how big it is. All right, check it out. I got my glasses on so that you can see for yourself what you think of this mirror. I think it's pretty true, meaning that it's not distorted. Maybe I can see a little bit of distortion right here, but that's because the wall starts to curve. This is 24 inches wide, and there are various sizes that you can get on the page. And I just really like having a large mirror in the bathroom, and it kind of opened up this space a little bit. So, hope you like it.
These little guys are so handy. We have them in black in our house, but if you turn them, they become a hat holder. How cool is this? So, and then it's
not
multiple
just one
hats.
hat holder, yeah.
Yes, multiple hats. So Mark is going to hang this up on the wall where he wants it.
Why is this so stressful?
But I wanted to show you that it's really cool. You can use it this way for toilet paper. If you're in an RV, you might want to use it this way for toilet paper. And you can also use it to hang a towel over, like a little hand towel by your sink, and multiple hats. I'm super stoked about this. But again, once you put it on, it's not coming off.
I hope that's right. Huh?
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 Huh? F-150 Ranger? Look at that. Alright, that was easy. That was satisfying.
Okay, as you know, we had a couple issues with our fridge, but Mark fixed them. And but we still are considering another fridge, and we'll keep you up to date on that. But no tour is complete without seeing the inside of the fridge. So here we go. So we've got 3 easy shelves, lots of space for veggies, a fridge that goes back and forth, or a shelf that goes back and forth, depending on what your need is, this or this.
Yeah.
And then my favorite, something to hold the sparkling water.
Yes.
So anyway, so easy peasy, that's that. And then we talked about this the other day, this ice
We are getting emails from people that are basically sending us emails saying that is the best thing we bought in a long time. And I agree. I love it. Yeah. I just used it for my shake.
Now let's talk about the storage underneath all of these beautiful sofas. There is a lot of storage, and they're about to be filled with batteries.
Actually, just 2.
Really? Just 2?
Just 2 GC3s.
That means I'm still going to have space under here.
No, not really.
I don't know how that happened.
Sorry.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Quattro for the we're going to do a Victron Quattro, and then we're going to do the Aircrafters onboard propane generator, Onan generator.
There you go, guys. So
stay tuned.
One show for the ladies, one show for the guys. Okay. Okay. So so anyway, starting right here, that you have access right here, or you have access over the top. So clearly, here's paper towels.
Let's talk about those paper towels because they're Viva.
Well, those are not.
Well,
the
these
ones
are.
Up there,
and these are the best RV towels ever because they stick to each other. So when you come in, you hear that? When you come in from a drive day,
paper towels all over.
Paper towels.
Place. So those are really nice. Okay, or you have access from the top. We could remove all of this, but you wouldn't normally do that. So anyway, so I have my paper towels in here, and then I have canned items that I wouldn't normally need to get to. Like,
sweet.
You know, I kind of have a mental inventory of what's in there, like black beans, tomatoes, tuna, canned chicken. These are like my backup meals.
Now we have some storage here, but this is where the batteries and all the Victron is going to go.
Yes, and it is a hot mess.
So
I'll show you.
Right now we just have like printers and files and things like that.
But it goes all the way back to here.
Yeah.
So, and it goes all the way to the whole seat. This whole thing is storage.
And it's kind of hard to get to, so I don't mind having all of our battery stuff there.
I don't either. This is my favorite because it's easy access. So I use this for the kitchen because I'm right here by the kitchen. And then over here, let's move this out of the way. We have, you know, I have lighting.
Pull that out. So this is like all the, like this is.
I have my solo stove.
The solo stove.
I have all your extra, you know.
Yep.
Randoms.
Bolts and things. And then back there is like.
We have vitamins.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. This, I haven't seen these until this year at Target. And they're so nice because you get the vertical height, but you still have access in the front. So we have like all of our stuff for riding, you know, refueling, things that you bring with you when you're exercising for a really long time.
All right, so throw that. Oh yeah, you got more things back there.
And then I have water back there. Normally I have a little bit more extra water.
I'm going to talk more about these when we start talking about fires, but these fireballs, we'll link to them. Phenomenal. One match light.
Yeah.
And then we just have, pull that out, just a bunch of like RV parts, lights.
But a camp light.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love that it's all in containers though.
Yes, it's all nice and clean. And
some of the stuff needs to get thinned out a little bit.
Yeah. But right now we're bringing a picture all the way back to Florida, but this is a cushion because this comes out and is made into a bed.
Yeah, so when Caleb's with us, this is where he'll sleep.
It is so cool. I asked, hey, how was it? And he said, it's not terrible. When we went and dropped in on that Airstream rally, Karen taught you how to make
Norwegian waffles.
And then your mom got you this for Christmas because she saw how much you loved it. So I've got to make these for you over the fire.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So anyway, and you just, it's cast iron and you put the waffle in there and then you cook it.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're totally doing that. Norwegian waffles. It's going on my summer to remember list. When it comes to tech, really it should be tech and containment. They go together because there's so many cords and lenses and things like that, and maybe you don't battle with that, but we do, and so that's something we have to think about all the time. So this is a cord box. It's really great. I'm going to ask really nicely if Ronnie can put some kind of like plug outlet right there, an outlet, even if it's USB.
It has this little thing on the side right there.
So yes, and then my cords are in here.
Oh yeah. So we'd have a little charging station.
We'd have a little charging station. You could put your GoPro batteries in there. It'd be really cool.
Oh, show everybody these lights because Mike.
Oh yes, they're called Fat Boys.
They're fantastic.
And they're really cool. And then you can go like this, and you can lower them or brighten them.
And show everybody that they're Type C.
Down like that. You can turn it off. And they're Type C. You charge them.
They're kind of pricey, but they are Type C. And so you can plug them in, and then you can just pull them outside and just put them on your picnic table to have dinner.
Yes, and then there's no like bugs or anything that can get in. They're just like nice and clean.
And they don't break if they fall over.
That's true. I mean, they could, but
they haven't yet.
They don't. Oh, you know what the coolest thing is in these rigs?
What?
Is the mirror.
Oh yeah.
And then you can see what you have in your box.
Yeah, external hard drives, miscellaneous stuff. My Ray-Ban glasses that I'll be using next week for the install. Drone, little baby drone, bigger drone. Where's Level Mate Pro? I know it's in here. We're going to be installing this here soon together.
Very nice. And then you have lenses.
Oh.
You have lenses.
Extra lenses.
And that goes up there.
I love how you're sitting on the couch.
Yes. Box of random. It really is. It's a box of random.
Box of random. And then, you probably saw we changed our Dyson to the to work on a Milwaukee battery. So I just leave my Milwaukee battery charged right here, which is great.
One of the things that Airstream does really well is make these cool little entry areas. Some of them are better than others. I think our last rig had a fantastic entry area. We had a place for our shoes. We had a place to hang up our keys, our coats. But I have solved a lot of those problems with a few command hooks and made sure that we made the most out of this space right here. So this is when you first come in. There's a little place we have our leash. So when we're standing out there, we can quickly grab the leash. We have a headlamp. Mark has a level, of course. And then we have a little basket here to contain things like for Charlie, things like that. We have Charlie's food so that we have a bigger storage in the truck, and we have, about a week's worth of food right there. an easy little dustpan, and a place for our trash bags. Okay, so this carpet, this little rug.
Super nice.
I got 2 of them, but it is too narrow down there to use the second one. So you saw it rolled up underneath the bed. I'm keeping it because I know something is going to happen to this. We were lucky with the marinara.
I know.
That it didn't get on here.
Well, and so we have kind of a more utilitarian rug over there, but it seems to be working too.
Yeah. Go to Marshall's Home Goods first and see what you can find on the end caps. That's where the clearance stuff is. I think right now it's important to mention that no matter where you're starting in your organization journey, you can use simple principles to stay organized. The lazy factor, keeping things where you actually use them and containing them in different ways. Your baskets don't need to match. They don't need to look pretty. You can use a shoebox. We started that way. You know, you want to actually have money to go out and go on an adventure and not just have matching baskets. So I just think that it's really nice to have that point of reference to remember. That's the aesthetic is not just what we're talking about. It's also about getting out there and leaving room for play and excitement and not feeling overwhelmed by all of your things. And that's what organization does for you. It kind of puts everything where it belongs so you can prioritize what is actually important. But I did want to take a minute to say start small, start now. That's what we like to say. And get out there and go have fun together, because that is what this is all about. We hope you found 1 or 2 things that make your RV experience a little smoother. Next week, we'll pick up where we left off and arrive at Anchor Down RV Resort in Tennessee and enjoy a fireplace right in our own site.
Nice.
Woo.
Can we just eat in front of the fire?
Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. As you know, the Summer to Remember store is now open, but not for long. Head over to keepyourdaydream.com/summer24 and grab your summer merch, and we'll be sure to keep an eye out for you down the road. Thanks again for your support of KYD, and we'll catch you next Sunday.